Hey guys, so today I would like to chat about organizing for the week, for work and for school and for everything else, and trying to make it all work, and how we're trying to structure our day in order to help things flow. And maybe we can share some ideas with each other to help each other out. So this is what I've been working on. By the way, my big son is playing with my little toddler son right now outside this door, ball. So it should sound pretty interesting. I'm in a place where I'm trying to prep the week's worth of work in advance. Now this is a habit that I find myself falling out of quite quickly. And we know that starting new habits is tough. It can be really hard. So I'm trying over and over again, and I'm not giving up, because I know that if I'm consistent, it will become a real, set habit, and I'll be able to do it on a regular basis. I'd say I'm at about 50% success rate at this point. So for me personally, I feel like there's a lot of chaos that happens throughout the day. Like things just kind of get crazy. Maybe a baby gets cranky. Maybe one of the kids is having a bad mood. Maybe I'm having a bad mood. Who knows what's going on? Or things just get thrown off, But I feel that if I create as much planning around what I need to do first, then it makes it so much easier when the chaos hits. I find it makes it so much easier to deviate and to readjust the plan if I have a good plan in place. If I don't plan and I just kind of try and wing it, then everything is just crazy and it just feels super chaotic. But if I have a good plan set out from the start, when things go bonkers, then I don't feel overwhelmed. Then I'm just like, okay, so we'll just do this later, and we'll just do this at this other day, and we'll just shift things around, and you still feel like, at least I still feel like I'm on top of things. Kind of, sort of. Does that make sense? So how I structure my work day around school is that, like, for instance, right now the baby is sleeping more soundly at the beginning part of the night rather than in the early hours of the morning. So I do my best to tackle as much work as I possibly can after I put the kids to sleep, which is, again, about 50% of the time happening between about 7:30 and 8 p.m. We won't talk about what happens the rest of the time because let's just be positive. So between 7:30 and 8:30, they go down. The big two, no problem, they go to sleep. The baby, I try to sneak out from the room 8:15, depending on how easily he relaxes or not, which seems to be kind of shifting. And anyway, toddlers and their sleep, it's kind of a thing. So in the evening, that's when I'm getting a good bulk of my work, and I try to be in bed by 11 p.m. We'll talk about that success rate as well. Probably never. And that's where I'm fitting in my workout too. So I get like 20, maybe 30 minutes of exercise, and that's not every night, though I really wish it were, because I'm so much happier when it is. But depending on what time they get to bed, if I am feeling like I don't have enough time to work, that's unfortunately the first thing to get cut. So the more consistent I get with their bedtime, the more consistent I'm sure I will get with my exercise. But so let's back that up and see how we get there. So I try and get up around 6 in the morning. As long as I hit bed at 11, 6 is not a problem. 7 hours works well for me, not a total zombie state. 9 times out of 10 ensures that I'm up before they are, and just allows me to kind of get my head right for the day. I have that time by myself. And I know a lot of people say that, and I understand why, because for many of us, it's true. For some people, they just need to sleep until the kids come knocking on their head. And I did that before, and that was fine for that time. But for me right now, I need to kind of set myself up. If I can brush my teeth and wash my face and get out of my jammies, at the very least, and start some coffee. Ooh, and kind of stretch out the body a little bit. Kind of wake her up, Not so young anymore. Not so old, but not that young. And, kind of creaks in the morning. So getting some stretching in, oh geez, that is like golden. So with that said, that usually allows us to get going with school directly after breakfast, and we do that until about maybe 12:31, which is not even that formal. We're not really that formal. There are things that I have set for the day that we're getting through. And there are a lot of breaks in between because we really don't even need that much time for school either. But the way they flow, that they kind of need to do and then go jump and then do and go jump and do and go jump. So we have a lot of breaks. But for me to stretch it out throughout the whole day is a bit maddening. So we do as much as we can in like shorter chunks throughout the morning with breaks and nap time, and then go into lunch. And then they can play for the rest of the afternoon, which is kind of what they do most of the day anyway. They get up, they play, we do school, they play, we do school, they play, we do school, they play, we eat, they play, and then they play and play and play until it's nighttime, and they play when there's time to clean up. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Okay, so once we've done lunchtime and hopefully I've cleaned up, then I have an opportunity to kind of squeeze in, depending on how well I've prepped food, 1 to 2 hours of work. If I don't have crazy cooking to do, or that I know what I'm doing that evening. Ideally, we're having dinner between 5:30 and 6. Which can really be between 5:30 and 6:30, really. That's how it happens. But if it's 6:30, then I'm rushing, and I really don't like rushing. So, you know, if we do it between 5:30 and 6, then we can have a good, easy flow into, oh gosh, what happened? Okay, now I have a friend. So if I plan things correctly, then we get to have a smooth, chill transition into bedtime, which again is hopefully between 7:30 and 8. So in general, can I speak? In general, that's kind of what our day flow looks like. So, you know, let me know what you do and how you guys work your day out, and what works for you and what doesn't. I'd love to hear from you, and you know, we can toss some ideas around and see how we can help each other out. If you've enjoyed this video, please give her a like. Feel free to subscribe. Throw on that notification button. It would help me out a lot. And we'll see you next time. Let's talk soon.